All right. So today, I'm gonna actually just start breaking down how to do a 21-day challenge. 21-day challenge. The whole idea is that you can take 3 weeks or 21 days and use that time frame to begin to start something, kickstart something that could completely change your life. Okay. We're talking about how you can use it to get a job. How to start a business, a side project, a consultancy, a company, anything. But the first step, 21 days to get it started, to get it going, is the most important thing. Let's say, for example, you want to start a business. A business has two components. You have the business and the consumer. Okay? So most often, when people advise people to start businesses, they say probably register the company, create the product, and different things like that. That's great. But the most important thing is the consumer. Customer is king. So what if in the next 21 days you have an idea, something you want to do, and you interview 21 or 10 or more of those consumers, those type of people you want to serve for the next 21 days. And let's say you talk to 10 of them about what you're trying to do and how it'll benefit them, what they want to see. So you have a better idea of actually who you're serving and to serve them properly. Okay? The idea behind this is that you want to first and foremost, if you're starting a business, have product market fit. Product and the market should fit. Okay, the market is the consumer, the customers. So you want to start with the customer. I'm going to give an example like that. Let's say if you want to start a consultancy for small business owners in your community, in your neighborhood. You have an idea, maybe a tech project, you want to build websites for them, you want to automate the processes in your company, different things like that. It would not be wise for you to just build a product and actually go show them. No. It will be smart for you to interview, sit down with them 5 to 10 minutes, interview them about the stories, what the challenges are, what they have difficulties with over 21 days. Talk to 10 of them, 10 or more of them, right? And then when you come back, make sure you document everything. You can document by video or audio so you have a record of everything that you talked about during the interview. You sit down with a podcast style, right? And then you come back and you go over your notes about what the difficulties are, what the challenges are. Once you have that, you have a better start to your business in that sense, because once you get started, you have real data, real information to use that and factor that into your product. So surely that when you put it out there are people already out there who would want to use your product. Okay? Another benefit is that people or consumers, customers who would use your product already know who you are. Does it make sense? Exactly. Instead of just creating a product and they have no knowledge of who you are, and then you just present a product to them. Another benefit too is that the fact that if you take the time and you do this for free, 10 to 15 minutes interviewing them, and then you publish it, right? It gives the company exposure, right? It shows your free investment of time, and then you create value for them. In that sense, you'll lead them with value, which is free. Okay? So when it comes time for you to share your product with them, you already have value already stored with them, and then this reciprocity kicks in. They want to do something back for you. So the most important thing is you want to start with interviews by interviewing people who will be using your product before you get started. Another example, let's say you want to start a landscaping company in your community, in your neighborhood. And then don't just buy the product. Buy the product, yes. But what you want to do first and foremost is to talk to homeowners in your community about what you want to do. Especially people who you notice have a need for yourself, like their lawns probably overgrown, and you could actually provide that service for them. They didn't have time for that. You interview them, tell them what you want to do and how your business could solve that problem. If you do that for let's say 21 days, and you talk to 10 homeowners, when you do start, you already have people you've talked to, people who already know who you are and what you're about. And if you do the interview project and you're on time, you're punctual, you're very polite, you're respectful, you show concern, and you're very effective with your questions, it creates a picture. It stores an image of who you are with the people, and it creates goodwill, a favor with the people you will be serving eventually. So even when it comes time to get testimonials or reviews, it's easy for those people to give you that reviews based on the way you conduct yourself. So it's very important to always start with interviews. Someone might say, Kingston, what about if I want to start a career? Yes, if you want to start a career, you could also use an interview project to start your career in that sense. What do I mean by that? If let's say you want to be like a banker and you're not yet in that field, you're probably graduating out of college, the best thing to do is to interview 10 bankers or people who are let's say investment banking, people who are already in the investment banking field, who are actually one or two steps above you in that career. If you talk to people like that, you create relationships, you get information, and you ask questions about what you could do to get to where they are. Does it make sense? So even when it comes to people to refer you, it's easier. So you create a network in that sense. Okay? So an interview project, there's 21 days if you want to start a career or a job. You interview those people already doing what you want to do, right? And then you publish it, document everything. I want to encourage you to do that. So that's a simple, breakdown of what the 21-day challenge is all about. You can do a 21-day project within your community or online. If the people you want to reach are online, you can do it by remote, okay? So a very simple idea, but it's a very powerful idea, because keep in mind, everything in this life that has to do with business or a career or value creation starts and ends with people, okay? I'm gonna say it again. Everything, starting a company, a business, side project, consultancy, everything starts and ends with people. People are, in the end, are what matters in anything, any venture, okay? And the best way to connect with people is through conversation. Okay, nothing starts on earth without a conversation. And the best way to give yourself a reason to start a conversation with someone is to schedule an interview. Value for value, that you get value out of the interview and they get value out of it. So it's very, very important to understand that. So just a simple breakdown. I will give you more resources about how to apply these ideas, and a lot more will be coming up as we go forward. So again, I'll see you guys in the next one. And again, 21-day challenge. This is the moment, okay? In the next 4 months, the year will be over. 2025 will be over. Anything you have in your mind, any passion, any idea, something God has told you, you can start it now with the 21-day challenge. All right, guys? So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, or you can just DM me directly. And then if you have something that you think I could probably help you address, we can talk about it. If you say, hey, Kingston, I like what I heard, I want to give the 21-day project a shot. I want to at least read about it. We're going to take a look at this book, 21, started this way, by my own story of doing this 21-day project myself. So it's going to be in the description. You can take a look at that. Different packages. We have the coaching program too. If you want to work with me, one-on-one or like one-to group, and we can explore how to make your project successful and begin to do something that's what goes on to change your life for the rest of your life. So having said that, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.